Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome to the qualifying broadcast for the Qatar Grand Prix 2025. I'm Kenny Charter. I'm joined by Kevin Korstein. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, hello. Very good to be back here after the sprint. That was a thriller at the end. Quartergame 1 got 8 points, took some points away from Michael Swart. Quartergame has a chance today to win it. But we need to go to the track because the session is about to start.
And we are on the track. It is 8 p.m., a few hours after the sprint race ended. I believe I said good afternoon earlier. Should have said good evening at this point. And you can see conditions are pretty similar. Air temperature just below 30 degrees. Track is cooling down, but the drivers won't have nearly as much issues to heat up tires on this track as they did in Las Vegas, of course. Michael Swart is the first to head out to the track. He will be trying to post a lap with as little traffic as possible. Watch out for cars on an out lap on his flying lap potentially. So as it stands, we have Kevu with a 42-point lead in the championship. And this man right here, his closest pursuer, he has to make something happen, has to gain points tomorrow. Likewise for Jektev, who's 2 points behind Zwart. They're both in a strong position as far as performance goes. I believe they have quite a lot of raw pace, but the Racing Bulls also have. So it's gonna be a tough battle for sure. Both Saubers going out pretty much at the same time.
And there is a McLaren between them, Zhao Lei.
And one of them is going to be using Zhao Lei's line as a reference, which is never a bad idea when we're speaking about quali.
I mean, it is because in sprint quali I saw because you weren't here, I saw losing time. It was Michael Swart behind Liam Delagras. He lost like 7 tenths. He was at the same
Because
distance.
of dirty, yeah, but
Yeah.
if the car ahead is a good 2 or 2.5 seconds ahead, you have thought of a reference point and some distance slipstream in the straight without being harmed with the dirty air. So it could be good to an extent. Of course, it is not going to be great if you're following the next car too closely on this type of track. Michael Zwart is now gaining speed and has completed a pretty decent Sector 1, 26.3.
Mike Swart is ending his lap as the Saubers starting their lap and Zhao Lei do.
It's a reference point. We don't quite know if it's good yet. Lap time for Michael Zwart as he crosses the line. It is a 22.8. It will be, of course, improved, but obviously, Michael Zwart will have himself other atoms.
Robin Geisler now.
Geisner with a lap that is significantly worse than the time that Michael Swart has set. However, Sardinia is improving quite much, and Zhao Lei is flying. The Chinese driver is in such shape in qualifying, and even in the race, to be honest. And look at Zhao Lei as he's gonna be crossing the line. What a monster time he's setting. He's imploded the references that we've seen thus far, and he is now with a 21.4. Excellent time.
Looks right on a lap. 28.4 for the second sector.
Lucas Wright on a pretty good lap as well. So promising.
And second fastest overall. Some fact on all that.
Sam Fact has been struggling lately, but he's just off of scoring points in the last Grand Prix in Vegas, where he scored P8. I actually, because I arrived only today, well, this morning in Qatar, I met him in the paddock when I arrived here, and he told me, well, it's given the car I have at the moment, definitely satisfied with my performance, and he's already basically looking forward to next year. At least doesn't know quite yet what the plans are, but he's still mentally in a good place. Van der Steen with a wide exit on a turn where we see a lot of wide exits actually. And Van der Steen will have a lap time that will definitely not be enough for Q2. Josh Nathaniel likewise lost time in sector 1 due to traffic. Will not be able to reach Q2 with this. Jack Teff is going to be safe with his time, definitely. Lucas Wright, I'm pretty sure also will. I'm gonna cruise with decent time.
Yeah, telegraphs now. By the final corner, and he has a slipstream also, so that is going to be the fastest sector 3. 27.9, not that fast.
A2 Veselen with pretty good sector 1, similar to his teammate, similar sector 2 as well. Nick Bayer 25.9, what a time. Jason Roy also showing the Racing Bull performance in fast sectors. .1 sector 2 for Jason Roy. He's currently pretty much tied with Zhao Lei. A2 Veselen, oh, he lost a bit of time in sector 2 and 3. And he's gonna be more than a second behind Zhao Lei. Jason Roy, he will be safe and he will reach Q2. He's only 4/10 behind Zhao Lei's reference time. Nick Bayer is in an excellent shape lately, and he's showing all his talent. He's been inconsistent this year, but when we see the peak performance this guy is able to deliver, he's definitely promised to a bright future with an Alpine that is not the best car on the grid, and he's P2 at the moment. Great lap. Porter Kevu with an excellent lap so far. It's important for him to at least make it to Q2 and avoid starting from far back, or at least too far behind the Williams. And he's made it safely, just 6 milliseconds ahead of his teammate and 400ths of a second ahead of Jack Teff. But they will all be in Q2 in contention.
Erenhagen on our screens now with the helicopter view. .6.1 for the first sector.
Erenhagen on a very promising lap.
Has a
Seeing
little
how
traffic.
aggressive he's able to drive. He doesn't use the curbs as aggressively as Etu Väisänen was using
nearly.
yesterday in sprint, this afternoon in sprints, but he's definitely smoothing these lines so nicely. So far, no mistake. He's got a bit of traffic. Has that cost him time? I don't really know, but I believe this lap time is going to be enough. Michi Maradona is also showing great times at the moment. I believe the Alpines are going to be pretty good this weekend. Afonso Casino on a great lap at the moment and taking advantage of low traffic. Erenhagen is safe at the moment. This puts Michael Zwart closer to the danger zone. Likewise, Jock Nathaniel is now underneath the cut line. Will need to improve his lap on his next attempt. Maradona, great lap as well. Top 5. Casino, even better. Top 3 for the Portuguese driver. And just like that, Väisänen, De La Cruz, Zwart are in the danger zone. They will need to improve on their next attempt. And Haas are showing better performance than this afternoon, and I would say mostly due to yesterday's qualifying session. Van der Steen starting his last, or second playing lap. Missed the apex in turn 1. That is not looking great.
Let's see the lap time now as we go on forward.
Van der Steen, who seems to be a bit more relaxed since he secured his contract with Mercedes next season.
That's understandable, he's a rookie of course. He needs to improve. He has shown pace like this far.
And despite his mistake in turn 1, looks like his sector 1 time is more than decent.
But last second I think it's a mistake to wide in turn 15. Now goes through the pace 28.5 for the second sector. The onboard camera actually, look how much they actually trust the car.
We see how much it vibrates as well. This is not a pancake flat track. I mean, no track is like that. But this is certainly, it's abrasive, and especially when you go near the curves and with the dust and the marbles a little bit, it's a little bit bumpy. And there's also, even if the track is completely flat in terms of pure elevation changes, there's a little bit of I mean, turn 1 is a tiny bit banked. I believe turn 12 is also like that. It is not completely a flat field. Van der Steen currently P11. Michael Zwart out for the flying lap of a lifetime. Nathaniel ahead is on an outlap. Väisänen ahead is also on an outlap. He's gonna have a clear track. He's gone out at the right time. This is the moment for Michael Zwart to show some of his past royalty on Saturday. The one we nicknamed the Saturday King. Once was the Saturday King, dethroned by Jaole. He needs to find some prowess back. This is the time.
Sam Fact is getting held up by this Mercedes here. He's not even improving.
He's not improving Sector 2, but it was in Sector 3 that he lost plenty of time. And I believe it won't be much different this time around, but can he still make it into the top 15? On the finish line, Sam Fact. No. 4 tenths behind, and Michael Zwart is now starting his flying lap. He's following Väisänen and Nathaniel, and he needs to guard a nice lap. Otherwise, he's gonna be in deep trouble. Nathaniel is on an insane lap. And Zwart without traffic actually did he make a mistake? I believe he's gone wide somewhere. He lost a second in Sector 1, the pressure's got to him, and he's nearly lost the car here again. What is happening with Michael Zwart? What is happening? Sector 2 time still is okay, but
Riley Svensson did the same thing, 28.0 for the second sector. Let's see Nathaniel's lap now as he crosses the line.
Just Nathaniel's lap time is going to be excellent. I believe he's going to be even P1, and he is by 1/10. Sector 3 now for Michael Zwart needs to be insane if he has and wants to keep any hope of making it to Q2. Is it the case? He does not improve. Michael Zwart will be knocked out of qualifying 1. And the dream is getting every single minute a little bit closer for Qatar, Kevin. We still have a full race tomorrow, of course. But the dream's getting closer. Every single lap that is driven here. What a dramatic ending to this Q1. Michael Zwart must be absolutely out of his mind at the moment. Geisner further improves, sending Zwart even further back down the grid, and Verhaeren can also do that. Now he's gonna be on his last flying lap in a few seconds.
Jason Roy is going for a lap. Or is it it's Quartergevo going for a lap again?
Is Kevu not feeling safe yet? Maybe it is the case. And Verhaeren is following him. Looks like a pretty good idea on paper, but he's following so closely that I don't know if it's a great idea. Might overheat the tires going into Sector 3.
Sam Fact is improving.
And Kevu is also improving. He's flying on this lap. Sarah Springfield fails to make it to Q2. Lambda de Cruz is on his way to make it to Q2 and maybe keep his chances of his own for the World Drivers' Championship alive. This is also a critical lap for him. He scored points in the sprint. He's still pretty much in the battle. He's just further back than he would ideally be, of course. And with all the DNFs he's had, he's gonna be regretting those. And he sets the best time right after Kevu set himself the best time.
Egan is going for another lap, but this lap is not even improving. And Egan improves and puts his teammate out of qualifying.
Aaron Egan with a wonderful uh, result in the sprint makes it to Q2. Van der Steen barely failed to make it. So we have out in Q1 huge event. Michael Zwart failed to drive a clean enough lap, even though it was clean of traffic. But were his tires in the right temperature margin? I don't really know. Sarah Springfield will be disappointed as well. She was feeling very well the last few races and wasn't a good stretch to this point. She will start from P18. Van der Steen, Verhaeren, and Sam Fact also won't make it to Q2. Robin Keisner has secured the last available spot. All the other drivers contending for the World Championship are in. Jack Teff, both Ferraris of Weisselen and De La Cruz, and of course the championship leader Koto Kevu made it with a convincing lap.
.15 minutes on the boards. 6 drivers will get eliminated. And only 9 will get to Q3.
Only 9 from 15 will reach Q3. This is what the drivers call most often the most difficult qualifying session. Because once you're in Q3, it's all in, and most drivers are already happy with that. And yeah, once you're in Q3, you're pretty much, satisfied already with your job. It is not quite the case. It is not quite the case when you're in Q2, and there could be a difference between the potential top 5 on the grid and starting from P15, for example. So there's that. Jason Roy going out early. Kevu and Tef also choosing this option. They've seen what happened to Zwart. They might not want the same thing.
Roy will be first to cross the line to start the lap. He will be followed by Quarter Kevu, then Jack Def and Walter Sardinha. Jason Roy starting this lap now.
A little bit of understeer going into turn 1.
Oh, that was just a Ferrari being released.
But, there was also a little bit of a kick towards the outward line. I believe he got a bit of understeer. This is looking, I believe, pretty nice. At least clean. Yeah, 26.5 sector time. Not a great start to the lap for Jason Roy. Kevu starting his flying lap on his own.
.7 for Jason Roy in second sector.
This is not a good lap for Jason Roy. He will need to improve later on. This is over a second behind the best marks in Q2. Kevu having an excellent sector 1. Jason Roy on the line. It's gonna be a 22.9. This is not great. I don't know if he had the tires at the correct temperature or anything else that could be related to car. But that was not great. Kevu, on the other hand, is flying. Clean exit of the last turn. Still some ERS. And he's made it to the line with a 21.3. This is an excellent time, and I believe he's already secured his spot to Q3. Jacktef, likewise, with a similar time. A 21.7 for him. Sardinia, a few tenths behind, he's still in danger. Eetu Väisänen with a 26.1 sector 1, 2 tenths behind the mark from the Estonian.
28.2 for the second sector. And let's see Väisänen's lap time as he crosses over the line now. And before Egan is on a lap now.
Aaron Egan, 22nd of sector 1. The Mercedes driver has been feeling well in his car yesterday in sprint quali and this afternoon still.
And let's see Egan's lap time now as he crosses the line.
Aaron Egan on the finish line. It's decent. It's right behind Tef. Not a bad reference. Lando de Cruz with the purple S1.
Of course, there's less, 5 less cars to deal with, so drivers have more room.
Also less time. Excellent sector 2 as well for De La Cruz. This lap is mighty fast from the Ferrari driver. Look at how aggressive he's able to drive. He's had some wonderful qualifying sessions. He's not been as consistent as Zhao Lei, but he's done well quite often.
De La Cruz over the line. And
wow, that's a great lap. That's a 21.1. Josh Nathaniel on a flying lap with a decent time. He's improving his mark, but is it enough for Q3? I do not know.
It's going to be a battle between Marathoner and Lucas Wright, it seems. They're both going for a lap.
Improving slightly, but improving not enough. Afonso Cashinho, 4 tenths behind on the first sector. Riley and Robin, both on the same sector 1 time. Zhao Lei likewise. They're following each other. On board with the Portuguese driver. He's running out of VRS. We've not seen him deploy at all in this third sector. This lap doesn't look good enough. Not at all. Believe has got an issue with the ERS deployment. We've not seen him deploy in Sector 3. Maybe a mismanagement. Riley Swenson on a pretty good lap, but Keisner's doing better right behind him. Seekers, the 6th spot at the moment. Sardinia right ahead of him is 5th. Maradona with a slow Sector 2 and a mistake in Sector 3, it seems. Lucas Wright probably also made a mistake in Sector 3. Does not improve. Nick Bayer neither does. But that's enough because he got 2 nice first sectors and he's currently P5, sending both Saubers down to P6 and 7.
And yeah, that's the first lap's then done. Quartergo is going for another lap.
Kevu ready for another lap. He's already safe. I'm sure that there won't be 8 drivers that will be better than 21.3. But for Kevu, it's already a practice lap for Q3. For Väisänen, however, it's a crucial lap because he's in the danger zone and he's showing that the Ferraris have performance today, at least on the flying lap.
Let's see Väisänen's last sector now.
A bit wide on that corner exit. But that was fast. That's all what we're asking. Played close with the track limits. But that's what you have to do in qualifying. Play with the limits. Look at how smooth he is. It's always amazing to see him drive. DRS open. All the way to the finish. Excellent Sector 3. He's up to P3 right behind Kevu.
21.342. Quartergo going for a fun lap.
Imagine having a 25.9 first sector. That is yellow. That's how fast he was on his previous lap. Doesn't seem to be pushing the other corners as much.
Yeah, definitely not.
Really looks like a practice lap, to be honest. Maybe using the same set of tires, I don't know.
Might be the same set of tires.
I believe it's on the new set though. It really looks new.
But that we don't know. That is the thing. We don't know.
To the finish line.
And he's just doing, yeah.
Kevu's Sector 3. Kevu's Sector 3 is better, but does not improve the total time. Jack Teff also trying to improve, but he's legitimately a bit more in danger than Kevu is. I wouldn't be worried for him, but Casciano and Swanson are also out for another lap. They have to. It's gonna be a little bit crowded over there, don't you think? Eigen on a great lap. He's right behind Teff.
Right ahead of Teff.
I mean, Teff's Teff's right behind him, sorry.
Yeah. So let's see Eigen now. Very good sector.
Good Sector 2 as well. We
Teff
might
is not
actually have a
improving.
look at what Eigen's doing, because that's gonna be more important for him than it will be for Teff.
And Eigen is actually
The
out
last corner.
by Michael Sparks.
By a mile.
Yeah. lap.
That's shocking news. Good lap for Eigen. That's it. Doesn't gain any position, but he improved his time. That's the most important, because he needs to protect himself from others. Just Nathaniel with a solid sector 1. Zhao Lei in an outlap as well. He's currently not safe. When was the last time we said that Zhao Lei is not safe in a quali session? It's actually crazy to just think about it.
That
been
was
so long.
That has been so long. But here he is.
Casino is not improving enough. I believe he will not make it to Q3. Does Riley Swenson have a chance? We will see. Oh, and Zhao Lei starting his flying lap right behind.
Oh, the teammates are together.
Right behind Sardinia. They're following like wheel to wheel. Look at what they're doing. It's actually crazy. In the meantime, Jason Roy is just blowing up sector 1 time. Lucas Wright likewise. What is happening? Oh, and did Sardinia actually block Keisner? Something of that kind happened, I believe. And that's not great news, neither for Zhao Lei nor for Keisner. We will see their sector 2 time, but I don't think it's gonna be great. And it is
Jason
not that
Roy
good.
opening the DRS now. Let's
Jason
see
Roy,
his
in the
lap time.
meantime, having an excellent lap. Lucas Wright's gonna cross the line soon as well. P2 for Roy, ahead of Kevu. That's a good sign for him. Going into Q3. Robin
Lucas Wright
Keisner.
crossing the line.
First
Into
Lucas
Q3.
Wright, he's gonna be P5. Keisner with Zhao Lei right behind.
Nathaniel is in the danger.
Keisner's got a good sector, Zhao Lei as well, but Zhao Lei is
No,
not
Zhao Lei's
improving enough.
out.
Zhao Lei is gonna be out, not in Q3. This is the first time since Methusalem that we haven't seen Zhao Lei in Q3. It's
Can't matter
been
the knockout Robin Keisner.
since Zandvoort.
No,
We haven't seen him
and
in
that's
Q3.
it for Q2.
Reminder that Zhao Lei has been in the top 3 in qualifying 6 times in the last 7 Grand Prix. So out in Q2, we have both Haas, Maradona, both McLarens. That's the shock of the day. And Duarte Sardinia. Robin Keisner takes the last available spot to Q3. And so that will mean that we're gonna have a few surprise guests in Q3. Can we still call Nick Bayer a surprise at this point? Not
No,
quite
he's
sure.
actually been showing himself.
But he's still driving an Alpine that is not the best car on paper. So great job for him. Now we're gonna have a break before the Q3 starts, and it's gonna be very soon. 3, and you are doing excellent.
And we are back. Underway.
Back to the track. Q3, the penultimate Q3 of the season. We have both Ferraris, both Racing Bulls in. Lucas Wright, Nick Bayer, Jack Teff, Aaron Eigen, and Robin Keisner are still in contention for the pole position. Are out at this point. Of course, Michael Zwart, he's even out of Q1. Gonna be starting from P17 tomorrow. So that's big news for the championship. Both Ferraris are still in the battle and are still very much alive for the championship bid. Mathematically, Lambda Cruz and 8257 can still do it. Technically, Zhao Lei can still win the championship as well. And Jason Roy.
Definitely they are not out.
No, Jason Roy no longer following the sprint.
Yeah, definitely not.
And Zhao Lei neither. So Väisänen he is the last one who can still do it among these guys. Wait, we need to recalculate if Zhao Lei still has mathematically a chance, but he's technically out of it.
We will give an answer to that before the race starts tomorrow.
So we still have a 5-way championship going into the almost the last Q3.
Yeah. It all depends
Realistically,
on this man.
more like a 3-way championship.
Yeah.
But imagine if Kevu fails to score points, Lime de la Cruz wins. He can
And
still
Marcus
totally
Schwarz
win the championship.
in points. Let's bring him to the play.
And even if it doesn't score points, it all depends on how many Kevu can score. This guy has his destiny between his hands. 1 minute 21 of perfectly mastered and controlled drive.
But let's see.
2 hands a wheel, 2 pedals. And 1 minute and 21 away from what could be the basement, the stepping stone of something bigger. Oh, he was not able to take the ideal trajectory going into turn 3. This is not a good sector 1 at all on paper. And it's still a 26.0, so imagine what it would have been without this little lift into turn 3. Better than Lucas Wright at the moment. .28.3 sector 2, that's still promising.
.28.2 for Lucas Wright. Let's see quarter Kevo's lap now. .27.7.
Sector 3 can be improved. 21.8 is not a great time. Lucas Wright is improving that by over a tenth. To Väisänen, can he improve the mark?
Nick
yes,
Bayer.
21.674.
Nick Bayer with
Bayer,
the 25.9.
25.9. Can he make that happen?
.2 for the second sector, matching Väisänen. Robin Geisner over the line.
Jack Teff improves even more.
Yeah. .28.2, let's see Bayer, 27.5 with the fastest lap now. Egan.
Aaron Egan lost a lot of time. This is not going to be the lap for him. Lime de la Cruz, however, has a chance to take provisional first spot. Jack Teff's doing even better at the moment.
Jack Teff is with 2 purples.
Would be a perfect time to wake up for Jack Teff in qualifying. He's been struggling a bit more in that exercise
Roy,
lately.
P5, Liam de la Cruz top to the session right now. Jack Teff even more better lap time.
Triple purple 21.351. This is the reference time for the first flying lap. And in a few minutes we will know if this will be enough for the pole. Lime Cruz, excellent lap going into the race. He's gonna be probably the top 4, top 5 with this. Kevu and Roy are on the back foot now. They will need to improve their mark. They are capable. They've shown it in Q2 and Q1. An incredible stat for Jack Teff. He's failed to score any point in the championship since Singapore, and that was a P10, meaning that since Azerbaijan included, so that's 6 races, he scored 1 single point. 1 single point. He had 180 after Monza. He's at 181.
Let's see what he can do. Now we
A
wait
closing
for
stretch of
Tyler.
the championship that people have called the fumble of the decade. Or the fumble of the century.
He might be
But
tired.
there's more than that. He got mechanical issues. He was caught in incidents. It is not at all to his fault. But can he turn this momentum around and recover from a dramatic stretch to contend and potentially claim his first world title?
And to become a team principal with the title. There is a lot of chances for him to still.
An interesting stat going into tomorrow's race. The last time Michael Zwart failed to make it to Q3 and did not recover to score points was in Silverstone. Since then, it happened 5 more times that he failed to make it to Q3. He scored points every single time, including a top 4 in Austin and a top 6 in Vegas. Just saying. Michael Zwart's recovery drives have been incredible.
Väisänen starting the final lap of this session.
Väisänen has definitely an opportunity to make the pole. The Ferrari seems really balanced and fast around the slow corners. Pretty much every corner, actually. They seem to have found something nice, and they've shown they're comfortable on this type of tracks the whole season. .25.9. It's starting well. Not ideal, but it's an improvement. Jack Teff on an out lap. Purple S2. Oh, he's got, who is it? It's Jason Roy in the way. His chances are over for a pole position. Jason Roy there doing some kind of dirty work for Cordo Kehu, who's ignited Sector 1 now. 25-7, we've not seen that yet today. Can Cordo Kehu make it happen at the time he needs it the most? A pole position worth lap. Can he make that happen back to back after the sprint.
Now Lucas Wright is starting his lap. Also, Robin Geisler is ending his
Purple
lap.
for the Estonian. He's on fire. He's absolutely on fire.
He's catched
Lost a
up
little
a
bit of time
car.
behind De La Cruz, I believe.
Yeah, that was De La Cruz starting a lap, but I think that's already enough for him. I don't think he lost that much time, but we will see now how much time he actually lost.
On the line, Kevu, the sector 3. Is it good enough? Oh, he lost so much time, but his first 2 sectors was so good that he's still P4. Imagine what it could have been without that. Aaron Angen, can he improve on his lap time? Looks like he can at least gain a second, but that's not going to be enough to steal Jason Roy's spot, I believe. And, oh, just barely. We'll start from P8 if Jason Roy doesn't improve.
Jack Depp will start on pole position if this doesn't change now.
Lime De La Cruz is the next one who can impeach that. Jack Teff might be able to start on pole indeed.
And no, that's
Jason
it.
Roy up to P7.
Lucas Wright is the
Lucas
last one.
Wright. Lucas Wright has a chance. Lucas Wright has a legitimate chance, and he will actually be somewhere in between Kevu and Teff on the grid, I believe.
And
Right on the line,
and
purple, and that's a pole
takes
position
away.
for Lucas Wright. That's a pole position for
Jack
Lucas
Depp is
Wright,
improving.
which means he will DNF the race, because that's pretty much what's happened the whole season when he's been starting from
Jack
pole.
Depp.
I hope he's not going to be the
Jack
case this time
Depp is
around.
improving.
And Jack Depp has not said his final word yet. Can he improve with a mighty
And
sector 3?
yes, he can.
Purple!
No!
And not enough 14
40.
milliseconds behind Lucas Wright. He almost saved Lucas Wright's race, but Lucas Wright is going to be exposed to the pole curse that's been toying around with him since the beginning of the season. But what a brilliant drive from the reigning world champion.
What the drive
And with
from
all
Jack
that,
Depp.
Kevu's gonna be starting from P5, which is a little bit further down than he could have hoped, I guess. But that's still significantly better than some of his main rivals,
Yeah.
especially Michael Zwart.
And now we
I've been
know
just kidding
what
around
Quartikevo
with
can
Lucas
do.
Wright, but
We know what Quartikevo can do. We saw it in the sprint.
fourth pole position for Lucas Wright this season, the second best qualifier on paper, then behind Zhao Lei. But the last time he was on pole, well, let's count the 3 previous times he was on pole, and let's even count the P2s with that. Pole position in Miami, finished P8. Pole position in Monza, finished P9. Also started from pole in Singapore, DNF'd. P2 in Vegas, DNF. P2 on the grid as well in Zandvoort, and that was his only podium of the season when he started from the front row. Can he break that bad streak? One of the questions to be asked tomorrow. He has a great opportunity on a track where it's difficult to overtake, to win a Grand Prix. Another one in his career.
But that will get answered tomorrow. Yeah, it was a interesting quali. Again, like always, the second last qualifying session of the season. Eetu Vaisna will take a penalty, it seems.
Will start from P10 indeed,
Yeah.
which will vault Jason Roy up to P7 and Aaron Egan up to P8.
Yeah. But yeah, that was qualifying. We will see you tomorrow for the main race. And it's a goodbye from us.